Now is a good time to start paying attention to what's happening with Airbnbs and other short-term rentals in Florida. Whether or not you're an Airbnb investor or just a property owner and you own a house, or if you like to go and stay in these properties, potentially there's some big changes that may be coming in the near future to Airbnbs that could affect home values, rental rates, and a host of other legislation on the local government level. So what I'm talking about here is recently there was Senate Bill 280 proposed in the Senate, and the Realtor Political Action Committee, which is a very active and well-funded PAC that focuses specifically on preserving property owner rights, they made this a priority in their most recent session. And you can see the realtors took the position that SB 280 taxed short-term rental owners through unlimited fees, suspended and took away vacation rental registrations using undefined violations, meaning, you bought 3 Airbnbs and you own and operate them and use them as an income source. Well, this can just take away your right to operate those for violations that aren't yet in place and aren't defined. And then force short-term rental owners to appeal disciplinary actions imposed by local governments through the courts, which is obviously a costly and time-consuming process that most short-term rental Airbnb owners don't know how to work and can't always afford to undertake. So whether or not you just own a regular house and you're thinking this doesn't really affect me, it actually does affect you, because Florida is a very popular destination for vacation rentals. Not just Central Florida, but you also have West Coast areas like St. Pete and Fort Myers that have a lot of vacation rentals. Down South Florida, tons of vacation rentals. Over on the East Coast, tons of vacation rentals. And what all these properties are doing is they are attracting buyers to Florida, and they are bolstering our property values because the buyer pool is expanded to not just owner occupants and long-term investors, but there's additional buyers that come into our market and push prices up and support home prices because they're investors in short-term rental markets. Vacation rentals are also important to our local economy because they employ house cleaning companies, property management companies, advertising agencies, interior designers that decorate these. There's a whole suite of services. There's a whole ecosystem around supporting these vacation rentals that provide jobs and support our local economy. So Florida currently is a vacation rental friendly state. This bill could have opened the door for local governments to start to impose sweeping changes and alter that. And what Governor Desantis has done is veto that bill and said we need to put more restriction and framework around these potential restrictions and rein in local governments from being able to penalize and go after with a vengeance vacation rental property owners. We can see the veto letter here. Governor DeSantis said beyond creating new bureaucratic red tape that locals must comply with, the bill prevents local governments from enforcing existing ordinances or passing any new local measures which would exclusively apply to vacation rentals. Under the bill, he says any such measure must apply to all residential properties. This avoids local governments from penalizing and attacking just vacation rental owners. The effect of this provision will prevent virtually all local regulation of vacation rentals, even though the vacation rental markets are far from uniform across various regions of the state. So he wants to have local involvement that is appropriate in maintaining the existing makeup of the area, but doesn't allow local governments to run rampant and overregulate. You can see the Florida Realtor Political Action Committee wanted to educate people a little bit more about this bill, and they're saying the 5 reasons that it was bad is, number 1, it allows local governments to charge property owners a reasonable fee, which is undefined. It could be excessive. So you could say, take Lake Mary. Lake Mary may say, well, we don't want to have vacation rentals here, so we're going to charge vacation rental owners a $20,000 a year registration fee if you want to operate a Airbnb in Lake Mary. So the bill would have allowed local governments to do that. So the Florida Realtor PAC is saying, let's put some limits and define what those fees are. It allows local governments to revoke or refuse new registrations under certain conditions, but there's no requirements to inform renters. Renters must be informed of changes in the registration status of vacation rentals for transparency and fairness, allowing informed decisions and protecting consumer rights. So it's saying if you're currently leasing one of these properties, maybe you're a traveling nurse or an airline pilot or an executive on temporary assignment, it would have allowed local governments to revoke their home's use permit or status without any notification to them, leaving them completely in limbo, living in an illegal property. It imposes maximum overnight occupancy limits. So the bill's occupancy limits aim to prevent party houses, but might deter families from choosing Florida by making it harder to find suitable accommodations, possibly raising costs and limiting availability, especially during peak seasons. This misalignment with family needs could drive tourists to consider alternative vacation destinations like Myrtle Beach, huge Airbnb vacation market there. Similar part of the country, similar climate, offers a lot of the same benefits and amenities that Florida does. So trying to keep Florida attractive to vacationers. The bill authorizes local governments to suspend registrations for material violations of local law or regulation that do not solely apply to vacation rentals, and the violation is directly related to vacation rental premises. So it's just not defined what a material violation is. So it's going to lead to a lot of confusion, different determinations by jurisdiction. So what this bill is seeking to do is make uniform what these violations are, and then requires that vacation rental owners appeal any denials, suspensions, non-renewals or revocations through the courts, which is very expensive, costly, time-consuming, and confusing for people who maybe you just own 2 or 3 houses. You're trying to invest in real estate responsibly while at the same time provide a great vacation destination and opportunity for traveling families. And now all of a sudden, a simple misunderstanding led to a violation, and you have to hire an attorney and go through a long 3, 6, 9, 12-month process in the courts to resolve it. So these are the reasons why the Florida Realtor Political Action Committee is taking a stand and seeking to get more specificity around regulating vacation rentals, making sure that our property values don't drop. We still create an attractive investment opportunity for buyers in our area and can still remain a world-class vacation destination for travelers, families looking to come here and enjoy Florida. I hope you found this information helpful. If you'd like to see more information like this, be sure to like and subscribe. We're going to continue to update you when there's new legislation or changes affecting your property values and real estate here in Central Florida. I'm Don Harkins. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.